Welcome back to Time Sweeps. I'm your Time Sweeps host, Wyatt.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Gary, and today we're talking about why superheroes don't make sense.
And why Wyatt says time sweeps a lot.
Time Sweeps.
Time sweeps, time sweeps, time sweeps.
There you go. And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen,
Sweet baby
To a regular
Jesus.
episode of the Time Sweeps podcast.
Spider-Man Splooge's radioactivity.
That's a normal episode, all right. So we're talking about the idea of superheroes. There's always something that, like, when you think about it too much, it just doesn't make sense.
Like the fact that the Flash's clothes stay on his body at all. Or the fact that the ground does not, like, collapse under each of his steps.
That same system is how we ended up getting Spider-Man, who, gives Mary Jane cancer from them having sex.
Yes.
The question is though, I have to that. So what happens when he bleeds? Does it create, like...
Is it kind of like Bruce Banner blood?
Bruce Banner.
Because it all came from the idea of, like, that one line and, he's got radioactive blood. So if he bleeds somewhere, does it just cause, like, a radiation spill, like, all over New York? He's always getting the crap beat out of him. He's always getting stabbed. He's always getting shot. He's bleeding everywhere.
Right.
Is everyone getting cancer from Spider-Man?
Is he going to single-handedly take down... That's why, dude, so this is metagame. Since Jesus is real in the Marvel Universe...
It's true.
He put Spider-Man...
It's kind of a thing.
He gave
Jesus
Spider-Man
is real
radioactive
regardless.
superpowers, and he makes Spider-Man get beat up all the time because it's so dense of a
keep going.
population. It's such a... it's so dense of a
God
population.
trying to control the
It's
population.
God saying no more people here. So he's just slowly killing everyone through Spider-Man. The people that Spider-Man are trying to protect is the people that Spider-Man is killing.
Then how's
All I
Aunt
could
May
think-
still alive for, like, several... Like, for, like, a decade or two after?
Because he fights for May. If May goes away, he becomes a bad guy.
He
As
stops
seen
pulling his
in
punches.
One Day More. Or not One Day More, but specifically the Civil War story.
You mean One More Day?
One More Day, One Day More? I don't remember.
It's One More Day.
The part where everyone hated it, and it's like, it's really not that bad. It's just that it retroactively destroyed all this, but it's written okay.
I mean, yeah.
Why does Wolverine not break every chair he sits in?
Wait, go on. Oh, because of the metal skeleton, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wolverine was the thing. I've been thinking about this for a while.
Because he doesn't have vibranium in there. So because it's not lighter than... He has adamantium in there.
Right.
Which, I don't know the mass of adamantium, but I think it's heavier than steel, right?
I think so. I really don't know.
I mean, it's, like...
It's dense. We know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be, like, a lightweight material, but also very, very,
Yeah, but
durable.
you remember when he fills... This is a movie. This isn't a movie. This isn't a comic book. But, like, when he fills that girl with the nails up with it and she just sinks to the bottom
That's
of the
in a
water.
movie. That's in X2.
I just said
I know.
that's
He was
not
saying,
comics.
like, in a movie, not a comic.
I said
Oh,
in
I
a
thought
movie,
you
not
said,
a comic.
I thought you said not in a movie, in a comic.
No, I meant...
But he
Okay.
also... She was filled with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just like a skeleton. Like
her
molten metal poured into her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also sank to the bottom of the river in that movie, in one of those movies too.
That's true.
When he was thrown by Magneto into the river. Was that because of the rebar, or was that because of him?
Oh, I think that was because Magneto threw him to the bottom of a river. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I think it was because of
It
the
might
rebar
have just been
and just
velocity.
everything. He didn't have a metal skeleton in that one.
Oh, he didn't. You're right.
That was Days of
Yeah,
Futures
you're right.
Past when he has the rebar in him. So sure, let's say
Right.
that the rebar kept him down there.
Right.
So Magneto was just like, go, leave. So Wolverine
Yes.
became a point of contention to me in the comics of he can't have tattoos because he can't scar. That's like a thing. So that would also mean he cannot get calluses. He can't be that dry. Wolverine has perfect skin.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen him?
It's one thing to be drawn that way, but it also means that Wolverine has a baby soft touch.
Could he never
could
get
just walk up to you.
pimples either?
That's what I was about to get to with that one, because if his skin is supposed to be so strong, right, and it regenerates so easily, the question is does he get pimples?
Well,
Because it's an infection.
Or did you just
relatively.
slice him?
Yeah, well,
Slices him.
Because
and puts him on
theoretically,
his,
he wouldn't get an
heal.
acne scar either. So if he had like a pimple, he could just gone, doesn't scar back up.
yeah, but like I don't know if his skin is hard. It heals.
Right, it heals. So yeah,
But
hard
it's not-
isn't the word I should
Hard
use.
is not. Yeah, it's not. It's not. He's not impervious. He's just. Well, he's technicality, yes.
He's
but
impervious,
also,
but it's
he's
not because of
but
the skin.
it's because he
It's 'cause
puts
he
himself back
heals.
together. Yeah.
So I still hold on to that concept of he has unnaturally soft hands, like a baby. If he touches your face, it would feel like a baby's hand caressing your cheek.
Well, wouldn't it be the same for Deadpool too then?
That's the thing.
But because he's literally
He's a
Gross.
walking tumor
yeah
because he is overactively healing.
right.
So he's a tumor on the other hand. So the question is are tumors soft to the touch?
Yeah.
Or is he is Deadpool squishy to the touch, or is he awkward and gross like a hardened
it's
tumor?
no. He would be kind of soft. Yes, tumors are soft.
But it depends on the tumorous growth.
Have you ever
Well-
felt a tumor?
Actually, yes. My dad has a lipoma that grow on his arm. They're not cancerous, but yeah, I felt the tumor before.
You haven't cut it out and felt it though.
No.
How do you know what the tumor itself feels like?
Well, it could still you can
Because
still
you
get a
can
pretty good idea. I know you're just
squish
being over
it.
here screwing around, but still,
I'd rather not.
tumors can be
Something
different. The
normal,
question
but
is
it'd be
like,
hey, Dad, scalpel.
I'm just trying to see what this tumor feels like.
this is important for the show, Dad. Just gotta-
You sounded like those things from Star Wars, the Attack of the Clones, the guys.
The ones with the wings.
Yeah.
Geonosians?
Geonosians, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting over here. It's like, which
Not them.
guys?
Not them, but the weapons.
Oh, the guns.
Yeah, the guns.
The big mucus guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't shoot mucus. They just remind me of loogies. I
They
wanna put that
they
out
look
there.
like Slimer, dude.
They do. I don't know what those guns are. I want to know how they function, and I want one. It's disgusting.
It's
I
the
want one.
Star Wars version of the Super Soaker.
Is that what it is? It just
I
makes you really
guess.
wet. Doesn't actually kill you.
That's
No,
what she
Gary.
said.
No, Connor.
I give him a look. You said what I was thinking.
But yeah, Wolverine. I've been on this for a few days. Is that he has really
This
soft.
is why you wanted to talk about.
Yes,
this
no, it
topic.
really is. Because I'm not over the fact that Wolverine could just walk up to you and it'd feel like the softest thing ever in terms of like someone
And then he'll
touching your
stab
face.
you.
Yes. He could like go wham, stab, and then he's
Well,
like,
so
"I'm
does that
so
mean
sorry."
What if Hulk's really soft?
Is he though? My question is Hulk? His skin is bulletproof.
Right.
Granted, he bleeds all the time because comics tension.
Right.
That also means that
Speaking of radiation,
would he have
how
horrible
the hell
ingrown
does
hairs?
Hulk procreate.
He can't.
Scar.
Aliens.
Aliens.
That's it. That is the only
Fair.
answer.
Okay.
They don't explain it
He
because
can't
everyone
procreate
has
with
the
humans,
same thing.
but he could probably because
Well, in the comics, I'm pretty sure as Bruce Banner, that's never really came up. He just,
wasn't about that life.
he is radioactive.
He just took out his Hulk schlong and started slanging.
That's what
Bro,
happens
can
in,
we
Planet Hulk.
Scar looks awful
in the
in the
She-Hulk.
MCU.
Yeah.
because he's so cool and I love his design in the comic books where
To me, it's
the
the shirt and the
savage
kid's
look.
face. Because I get where the hair's coming from. It's like a martial arts style thing going
kind
on.
of looks like the mom's hair from the
Like-
comics too.
like
Honestly,
Zuko.
I think it might just be that Banner made him take a shower on
Maybe.
the ship. I don't know.
But still, something about it's the suit. Because you can see he has the right arm tattoos going on, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't help that I've seen, like, the kid that they based it off of, and it's like, man, I look more like a Hulk if you just painted me green. The kid just doesn't look Hulkish to me. Like, even
And Mark Ruffalo does.
more than this kid.
Mark Ruffalo doesn't look hulky.
This kid looks like he's, like, from,
That's the
like,
whole point.
a teen magazine. You know what I'm trying
He's
to say?
a teenager in the show.
Yeah, he's a teenager. However, I'm still saying that, like, he just looks too not like
Also,
a giant alien.
How the hell is he a teenager?
Keep in mind, that's actually a thing I think they address in the comics, and when he transforms back, he's not actually that old. I think that's a thing.
Scar can transform? I thought Scar was permanently Hulk figure.
That's what everyone thought until he transformed back at one point. And it's like
Does he
it's
turn
almost
into
like-
what his mom is?
kinda, yeah, like a gross hybrid type thing. Like a small one. So it's kind of a thing. That happened at least once, and everyone was like, what the heck is that? And it's like a small child. Scar has like all the knowledge going on because different personalities. It's not mixed together like Professor Hulk. Scar is Scar, and whatever the child thing is whatever it is.
Right.
So he came out hulked. So it's almost more like, reverse hulking.
Right.
Kind of like how there's a gray She-Hulk, that's Jennifer Walters, but her thing that transforms her into a gray one is fear. So says the comics.
Dude, she'd make a crazy Yellow Lantern.
Yeah.
Gray She-Hulk.
Gray She-Hulk.
That would be cracked. That would be. Bring her. Okay, we're bringing She-Hulk to the DC universe.
We just need this for like 5 minutes.
We make an amalgam deal.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say, no one's addressed that character in a while.
Gray She-Hulk?
No, amalgam.
Oh.
Because he is a character joined together by both companies to exist for the sole purpose of making sure both universes don't cross back over.
Because they did once, right? And
The
they all
amalgam
combined.
universe, yeah.
What's the one where they all combine? Like the Thor and
not-
Wonder Woman combined, and like Batman and Iron Man combined.
That's amalgam comics. Yeah.
One of the amalgam stories. They've done 2 different amalgam crossovers. One of them, you have Dark Claw and stuff like that, and then you have other ones that it's like Punisher and Batman.
Right.
And Batman's like, "Don't come to my city. What's wrong with you? Get out. Stop trying to kill the Joker."
Make me.
Yeah, he saves the Joker from the Punisher. And Punisher's
my
like,
God, Batman.
"Screw this, I'm leaving."
Look at that. Why does Batman keep saving Joker? I know it's been explained, but like, why?
He's meant to
You know
be
how many
ill.
people Batman has indirectly killed by not killing his villains?
See, this is why I'm glad you said that. There's a story for this. Batman the White Knight takes the unintended consequences of Batman and warps it to the idea of what if Joker goes sane and sues Batman on behalf of the city of Gotham and himself.
Really?
And it leads to, this horrible ensuing incidents later and later and later. Till it gets to the point where there's also a whole bunch of stuff that's really like, this has nothing to do with the initial story, but I like it. It really actually changed a lot of Batman stuff in its own little subset universe. And it's nice. It's good. It's well written.
Doesn't Harley Quinn marry Batman in that universe?
Yes.
That's
If I'm not mistaken, it also might be... No, it is Joker's kids. But it is, yeah.
That's so
Batman
weird.
and Harley get together.
That's so weird.
Because she learns what it's like to have someone that's not, the Joker.
They kind of teased that, though, in the Injustice
They kind of did.
storyline.
I think that's where it initiated from, was someone seeing that and like, let's go from there. Kind of like how the DC animated universe, had
Because they're way too friendly.
Batman and Wonder Woman.
Right.
That led to the Snyder universe. They kind of insinuated that. In a lot of comics, they try to insinuate that, but yet they always backtrack and say, no, Superman, Wonder Woman. New 52, though, Booster Gold was sent back to try and prevent them from breaking up or something.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, that was the storyline.
Really?
That Booster Gold was supposed to, stop them from getting together or breaking up or something. Because some cataclysmic event happens when they are not together anymore.
Really? It's kind of like Hancock, but the opposite.
Yes.
Like when they're together, they just die.
Yes.
But when they're apart, everyone dies.
Yes, something crazy happens.
Wild.
I think they kind of retcon that later on,
what's
but that's
the-
what they
don't- did
insinuated
they-
when they introduced the New 52.
Do they have a kid?
Superman and Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
I think there's a story where they've
They're
had a
in-
kid.
in the Dark Knight Returns universe. They do.
Oh, yeah, the Golden Child.
They have.
Is he,
two-
like,
they have
crazy
two
cracked?
kids. The Golden Child, and then one like a girl who's kind of like weirdly power hungry.
Are they
Zodish.
like crazy OP?
Kind of, yeah.
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 Imagine Superman with like Wonder Woman's training or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Basically.
Basically.
kind of like
Basically.
Supergirl, but worse. You know what I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
say? And I don't mean worse like as a bad character,
Like-
but worse
like
as in like,
She's an
sweet Jesus,
asshole.
what have you done?
So
You made a
Dark-
super baby.
Dark Knight Strikes Back
Super
is a fun ride whenever you're reading about her.
It gets
She's
weird.
crazy.
That's
I
wild.
don't remember what they did with the character in part 3. They introduced
they
her in
made-
part 2.
They made her like Superman kind of calmed her down and like made her
Mellowed
like,
her out.
made her
With a backhand.
join like human society with him and like to learn like the value of humanity.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That's really what does it. It's just raising them like they're human, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And then you got
well, that's
Wonder
what
Woman
happened
in the corner
to him,
that's
right? Like, imagine if
Yeah.
he wasn't raised like a human, right?
it'd be awful.
He would have
Yeah.
killed everyone already.
You'd get a Homelander.
You get a Brightburn or whatever that kid.
Brightburn.
Literally Brightburn.
So you know what I like to think about? Green Lantern's ring.
Go on.
I like to think about like if the only limit is your imagination, that means you can make a functioning lightsaber. Technically, You can make a whole home with that. You just live in there.
He has.
Like a TV.
As long as you keep it in your mental state, it just keeps existing.
Yeah.
So therefore, hypothetically, the Green Lantern dreaming would also be a
Oh my
terrifying
God.
thing. It'd be more so other lanterns like, yellow lanterns, but that ring would still have the possibility of functioning while they're asleep.
Oh, yellow. Well, oh, yeah.
Arguably, it would depend on, the mental state of the actual lantern. Let's say if they don't have the thing, that, like sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can sometimes have the part where, sleepwalk. So let's say a lantern has that. You're not just talking and walking, you're also forming.
You're forming.
You could do whatever. Something like it, follow your normal awake habits, but, it'd be off because you're asleep. Weird things would be happening.
Weird things.
Like Green Lantern making a toilet to go pee in or something. I don't know.
Imagine, and then he just walks away from it and it just all falls on the ground.
Yes. That's the kind of stuff that I
But
think would happen.
could he technically make his own pipes?
Hypothetically speaking,
And
yes.
they run the whole sewer system until
If-
they go to the sewer?
If he's focusing on it, I don't see why not.
Bro.
I think, it is the unintentional
And
consequences.
do they get to choose
of the
whether it's
ring.
opaque or not?
That's a better question than it should be, because sometimes it is,
Huh.
and sometimes it isn't. The question is,
Like when he makes a wall, sometimes it's not see-through.
right,
But he always makes the see-through bubble that they're in.
is it brightness, though, is the question?
Maybe it's just...
Does it depend on how bright he decides to make it? Does it use more power to make it brighter?
It might also be context. Like, obviously, if you make a bubble shield, you want to see what's on the other side of said bubble shield. If you make a wall, then you could have people run in a different direction, and before the perp knows where they're going. Like, it might just be context. Like, he might have full control of how opaque it is,
So as long as it's green, it happens.
I guess.
I want answers. These are the little things, because they're like, oh, this is what this lantern, this is the origin, this is where it comes from, you can do this. And it's like, no, hear me out. We know that the ring can be powered if you're super, full of willpower. We know that.
What
However,
does willpower mean, though? Like,
Gumption.
that's my question.
ask Batman.
What does willpower mean?
In the the Dark Knight's Metal universe, or no, event, it's still canon. It's not like its own thing. There's the Dawnbreaker, who, and instead of Hal Jordan getting the ring, he gets the ring as soon as his parents are killed in the alley, and he just becomes this awful Green Lantern that runs around murdering people.
Doesn't he kill all Oa?
Yeah.
Like he goes and kills the Guardians?
They all come to him because he's taken over Earth.
Oh,
Because he
God.
broke the ring with too much willpower.
Too much willpower.
And it became this dark
because
emerald.
willpower is not necessarily a good thing, because he just had the will to just kill the
Right.
person who killed his parents.
Normally, they can, stop the person from doing that because they're not, full of as much willpower as
Do
that.
all rings have the same capability as the Green Lantern ring? Like
In
they
terms
could all
of
make
constructs, I think
all
so.
make constructs, and they could all because you barely see those Red Lanterns making constructs. You just see them using energy blasts and
I mean,
Arguably, it comes down to
blood.
them,
My question is, are Yellow Lanterns just pussies, or do they control fear?
I think they
Yes.
harness fear, but they have to be afraid. So both, yeah.
like
Okay.
Scarecrow.
Okay, fair.
Bro, Scarecrow is a Yellow Lantern.
And it's happened.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
I love it.
So is Batman as a Yellow Lantern,
But
I think, on a
I don't
cover.
think Scarecrow's ever scared
he-
though. I think he just causes fear.
Found him, and then he overrode. It once they figured out, oh God, this man has more willpower than anyone we've ever seen. It just
It was just like,
it
oh,
just leaves. It's
you're
never
afraid
mind.
and cause fear, and it's like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
because
fear
then you
is
have
willpower.
Then you have the Orange Lantern ring, where the whole corpse is made up of constructs.
Yeah, there's only one actual lantern.
So, can
Yeah.
the Green Lantern is that even capable with that ring, to make conscious beings with that ring?
they aren't necessarily conscious.
It's
The
happened before.
one of them is some of them are.
Hal
it's
Jordan made
still
his
kind of a
family.
perception thing.
Yeah, Hal Jordan remade his family and his entire city when it got exploded in the 90s, when he was starting to become Parallax. I think
Oh,
he
yeah,
did it
he-
on the moon.
he
So
went
yeah,
nuts.
he would be able to do that.
Whack.
But the question is how much of it
Were they green or were they actually people?
They were green.
But they lived on living, just green.
No,
It was kind of whatever he would orchestrate.
yeah.
It was what he perceived, what
But
he
you look
wanted.
at Larfleeze's
Kinda
constructs.
a reverse.
They have minimal.
Like, because when
sentience.
Kyle Rayner first started his little gang that was palling around with him when he became White Lantern, it wasn't Larfleeze in that. It was one of his constructs.
It was one of the constructs.
It was the one that looked like a bean. It was the one that went when Kyle Rayner had all of the rings called to him, and they were like, "You have been accepted to this, or you have been calling into this corpse, or whatever." The orange ring was one of his constructs, and that's the one that goes and pals around with him for a while, and then that one dies.
Interesting. Because to me, that doesn't make sense at all.
Right?
It's a comic book.
So wait, are they ghosts then?
I think that
Possibly.
they might be the ghosts of the other Orange Lanterns that he killed, because they might be in his lantern or his ring, maybe.
So the constructs are theoretically those stuck in a loop of greed.
Right.
That is the worst fate imaginable, especially in a universe where heaven and hell exist, and you're stuck in a lantern.
I mean, the red lantern ring turns into the person's heart. So,
But that's almost more better. That's not even
you
good
can
grammar.
you can still have a normal death. You know what I mean?
Because you'll just die. Like, you take your ring off, and I think you just suffocate and choke on blood, but you still die.
But Orange Lantern, your sentience is stuck in a lantern.
That's held by a man so greedy that he killed the rest of his corpse.
Yeah.
Larfleeze is kind of OP if you think about it.
Yeah, no, he has no reason to be that powerful, especially.
Was Larfleeze once a Green Lantern?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
I think he
I
was
don't
just so
know what
greedy.
his origin is, to be honest. He's just orange and greedy.
And then the Blue Lanterns,
He's a Smeagol. He's a space Smeagol.
their rings aren't even useful unless there's a green one around.
They work off of other lanterns.
Because I honestly feel like they'd be OP if they
Excuse me.
could just do whatever they wanted all the time.
This is
Because
exactly what I'm talking about when like you think about these characters and stuff too much, and it's like, well, hold on.
Because I think the lanterns are just a very complicated part of the universe.
They are for
but
no
it's something
for no
that
better
I
reason.
love a lot.
And you've got stuff
Because
that's
then you
just
have Indigo and Pink, and they're just doing their own thing. Especially the Indigo lanterns. But anyway, what were you saying?
in the concept of DC space stuff that's overly complicated, but you have the new gods.
Okay.
Like Orion, Big Barda, all those
Yeah.
characters, just
Yeah.
adjacent from Apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
The old gods are something that they refer to, and it's often alluded to as like Zeus and crap like that. So, did they come from the same planet, or are they a separate concept? Because they'll introduce characters like Ares.
Mhm.
Ares is a DC's character.
Mm-hmm.
He is considered an old god. Is he a god, or does he just come from this planet? Or are the people from this planet just gods?
Is it like D&D where you just gain a following and you ascend to that?
That's a separate question that I don't even know.
Like, if
Me-
say that one of us
me-
got like a cult following, which you already kind of do, but you just kept growing and growing, would you ascend to godhood?
Theoretically.
The Church of Wyatt grows.
I honestly kind of, like, part of me is just like, that was such a weird time. But part of me also kind of misses it. Some kind of narcissistic problem, I think.
In
Also
high
right.
school, someone organized a Facebook page called the Church of Wyatt.
It existed before.
It was like random. It wasn't
Not-
even consulted by you, right?
Not exactly. It was kind of an inside joke that I was just God, and then it just like became to the point that we made it. Facebook page was made, and then they told me, and it was only like a matter of like 5 minutes, but it's still like there was so many posts on there before I had a Facebook. That page existed before I personally had a Facebook. And it got like to the point that in the hallways there's people that would say something to me like, my lord, and it's like, I don't even know you. Who are you? People on the football team. It's like, you weren't even like associated with any of the people that would be part of this. Why do you know this? Who are you?
I created a mixtape called The Hymns of the Church of Wyatt for Wyatt's birthday.
That's true. And it slaps. But it slaps. But the point is, I still don't understand the Church of Wyatt to this day. That it's like, what did I do?
You were there,
That's it.
and you did the thing.
And also
That's true. That's pretty
and
much all it
also
was. Is I just
cut. And also cut. Jamie might have had a crush on.
100%
Yeah.
that had to be the case. But no other person that she did also ended
Jamie
up
had
with
a crush
cult.
on everyone.
Yeah, Jamie had a crush on me. You.
But how was I the one that ended up with a cult? You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, because I mean,
We're
I
back.
was sort of already like.
Oh wait, no, we're not.
No, I think at this point, as long as we don't use names, we're good.
Yeah,
We're back in.
I think you got a cult because you were kind of like in the shadows still at that point.
Is that what it is?
I think so because like, you know me,
you're out and about.
I was already out. Everyone already knew me at that point.
And I just remained in the shadows.
You still had like your robotics team.
Yeah,
though.
you were still like a leader.
And like
there.
robotics isn't frowned upon socially in terms of like a theater group. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, Connor.
Oh, it's not the same, but
Like
still.
band too. I had the double whammy. The band kid that was in theater.
Well, at least y'all were covered by like the news things.
The band was.
Band was, yeah.
It was the
Theater
theater,
was.
not so much. We had one news coverage.
And that was me.
Well, yeah, you were also there. I meant like the like news, like television.
Oh, yeah.
Because when
I
the
used to
old
sing
theater
on-
was
well,
losing.
and then choir, we'd go record for the Christmas every year, and then be on TV.
True.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That reminds
Yeah.
me. Logan said that they're gonna have a cool concert later in the year that you guys might even want to go to. So we'll talk about that later off of the
Okay.
episode. So I don't know how that'll go because it's next semester for him.
Everyone who shows up to
Everyone that shows up, I'll give you a sticker.
It
imagine,
says butthole on it.
bro. Hey, welcome to
It
the.
just says butthole and Comic Sans.
Welcome all the new subscribers that have joined.
Hello.
Yeah, so all 4 or 5 of you at one time in one
Like,
day.
One of them I know is one of my coworkers.
Still,
Yeah.
Still, hello, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. We're at 67. We're almost to 70, guys.
we're getting there. Just a little bit more.
Thanks for all the love on the Halloween special.
we
That
need
so
33 more
rapidly.
subscribers and we can have a custom link.
That's true.
33 more, guys. Spread it to your
Please.
family. Spread us like the plague.
Yes,
We are Ebola now.
but no, we had a lot of love on that Halloween special.
It really fast in terms of like,
Yeah.
I don't think it broke 100
I don't
views.
think it did.
Not yet, at least.
But that's not the point. It was the response of people watching. You know what I mean?
Which more people watched than we have subscribers. So
That works out for me.
yeah, right.
And it also, I think it has like the leading amount of comments on any episode right now.
Yeah.
Like out of anything.
It's at 73 right now, which is just wild.
And it feels nice to have
And
that.
it-
Just
and
the
it
engagement.
and it got 20 in like 3 hours.
Right.
I was like,
We were,
It was nice to have.
and it was at like 6 a.m. So it was just like,
What are y'all doing at 6 a.m.?
yeah. Why are
Must be
y'all up?
because it's Halloween.
But yeah, just want to say thanks for that.
Oh, and keep an eye out for the next upcoming season. We're hoping to actually do holiday stuff this time around. Last year we kind of got muddled out. Some things didn't come to fruition, but this year
and
we're hoping it'll actually work.
And I will actually play Doom sometime. That I'll record it. I just wasn't.
Is there like
able
a
to.
Christmas texture pack that you could put over Doom? Like where there's
Maybe.
Christmas lights
can
and
find
snow,
one.
Maybe.
and you're just killing demons in
Well,
the snow?
I
They're
do
all
want to.
Santa.
I do want to
Just killing
be
Santa
able
over
to keep
and
the
over.
save. I don't know. I am gonna be streaming on my own personal Twitch channel.
Plug it
Silver Phantasm.
right now.
I-
Plug
I'll-
harder. Bam. Did it work?
No.
All right.
Damn it.
We'll hope. We'll figure it out.
There
Well, someone will figure
Okay.
it out.
I'll
yeah.
edit it in. It's fine.
We'll put a link in the description.
We
We want success for everyone here.
exactly. Exactly right. Well, success for you too. Anyway, what's another crazy thing with heroes that's right there at the tip of your brain hole?
Brain hole? Give me a moment. I
What-
had something and I got stuck on the word brain hole. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Wonder Woman? This is.
Oh, that's where I was going with that. Is she half god? Well, no, she is
She
half
is
god.
half
She is
god.
half Zeus. However, my point is she half of that like planet's descendantry? What is the implication of those new gods being called new gods and referring to people like Zeus as the old gods? What is the implication of these words when they obviously have separate meanings?
Well, I was saying like, it's a little dirty.
Oh my god. Go on.
Is she just so powerful that Superman's the only one on Earth
Oh no, that's
able
actually
to?
been a thing that's talked about
like
kind of.
able to do that?
Batman screwed her.
Yeah,
So
not
no.
in
In
terms
some
of like
continuity.
that, but like
But what if she just
she also
coughed while Batman was doing the thing and just tore it off?
prep time.
What prep time?
Dude, he has a fucking like it's titanium.
The bat sheath.
Oh my
The
God,
bat sheath.
this is now a
The
rated R
bat
episode.
sheath.
Also, this on the topic of Batman, I'll come back around to that one. It gets darker from there. I promise it gets darker, but in a similar Similar genre, but just dark.
I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on this episode.
It's
Hey.
all right. It's all right. They know what they subscribe to.
But superhumans is a thing that they've kind of talked about, and that's happened in like other comic books where you have like the boys.
Right.
They kind of talk about that superheroes are the thing for superheroes. Because that one lady, like in the show, even in the comics, she smashed a dude's head with her legs.
Dude.
Her thighs.
I don't remember
thighs.
the character's name. The Spike Popclaw.
Pop.
How much does the Flash have to hold back?
Also a good question.
He would.
Dude, imagine the you know how hot like your hands get when you just do this for a minute?
Friction.
Imagine, bro.
See, okay,
Not
so the
Catch
Flash.
fires.
The Flash is the only character that they've thought about these implications, and it all falls under the Speed Force. Not so much the sex stuff, but like the feet thing that you were talking about at the beginning has actually been summed up by the Speed Force.
Okay.
Is it just magic? Because magic.
Is
pretty
he just
much.
hovering?
No.
Because
They've done that,
Because I
though.
know that's how they explained it in the CW show. Is that he was technically like
He
just
is-
running on air.
He is running, but not actually touching things.
Yeah, because
He's just hitting the air so fast that it's just,
yeah,
like a sonic boom each time he touches something.
basically. But then that was
That show is
crap.
so. I think that show needs to end.
I
It's
think
going to
Yeah, it's going to, I think.
Good.
next season.
Good. Not that I have anything against any of the actors on that show, but it's just gone on for too long.
No, Grant Gustin, let's go. Let's fist fight. You talk crap on the Royals because you're a Blue Jays fan? Let's go. Royals is like the only team I give a crap about anyway.
Anyway.
Isn't
Oh,
it
and the
Canadian?
World Series happened. Screw the Astros. Anyway.
No, I wanted the Phillies to win too, but
Astros are a bunch of crap. The only redeeming quality is their mascot. Back to superheroes.
back to superheroes.
Back to the thing I actually know that
Any
I can
baseball
validate with
themed
my words.
superheroes?
Oh my God, there's got to be.
There's
There's
I know
gotta
of
be
one.
one.
I know of one, but it's an Office reference, like everything else.
It's still something.
So, Ryan Howard, Phillies first baseman at the time, he went to Jim's company because he was starting a like athletes would come and be like their own manager basically, and he's like, I'm called. His nickname was the Big Piece, and that's what his superhero name was. And he's like, I hit a home run into space, and the ball falls back down on me with space dust on it and gives me superpowers. And then he like goes on and he fights Darth Vader at one point. Oh my God! And he's like, I need you to get the rights for Darth Vader. He's like, I don't know. They're like, I don't know how we're gonna do that. And he's like, it's a must. And he's like, I guess we're getting Darth Vader.
Well,
But yeah,
that's
that's the only super baseball themed superhero I know.
there's got to be something probably from Marvel or DC at one point in
there's gotta
history.
be.
What
Oh.
is Babe Ruth a Marvel?
Have they introduced Babe Ruth in the Marvel continuity?
Imagine just
I'm pretty sure actually Captain America's talked about him, but that's because he's old.
he's old.
Oh, I didn't finish my thought from earlier. Batman. He was date raped.
What?
Batman was date raped.
By who?
By
By Talia al Ghul.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
She date
Yeah.
raped him, and that's how Damien came about. It's probably going to get censored for saying those words. He was sexually assaulted by Talia al Ghul, and it's never really addressed much in the comics. But there's one animated movie where Damien's like, always watch what someone's putting in your cup. Always have protection with you. And Batman's just like, we're done here. You're my son. I don't need to hear this. And it's actually, I think, in the Batman Hush movie that they animated in like that continuity where
Yeah.
Damien exists. They only have him in that like one part, though, I think. Because, they keep it relatively like to the comic. Damien didn't quite exist
There's
yet.
this guy, and he at work, and he talks about
the same
superheroes
capacity.
a lot because he was like reading comic books back when they were like coming out. Right? He's an older guy, older than us. Like he's older than our dad. But he was talking about our dads. Sorry, we don't all have the same dad. But
We have one collective father.
he was talking about how he's like Damien's his favorite Robin, and I'm like, go home.
I'm not opposed to that.
Damien's not the
He's not the best, but he's at least allowed to have that opinion. If he says Jason Todd is his favorite Robin, then it's kind of like, you kind of suck. I'm cool with
That's our hot take. Jason Todd's the worst Robin.
He is the
Jason-
worst
Jason-
Robin.
Jason Todd in Gotham Knights is actually kind of cool.
Have you played Gotham Knights?
I
No,
haven't played
as
it. I
as
haven't
Red
seen
Hood. Red Hood.
Is Tim Drake
Red
the
Hood?
Robin in that?
Yeah,
Good question.
That,
Is it Tim
is
Drake?
Tim Drake.
Okay, good. Because I was kind of worried they were just
Did
gonna
they
be
give
like,
him does he have a staff or did they give him a sword?
He has a staff.
Okay, good. Then
Bet.
yeah, it's 100% has to be
Yeah.
Tim Drake.
that's the best Robin. That's my favorite Robin. Tim Drake.
Tim Drake, best Dick Grayson does the
Tim
best.
Drake, best Robin 2022.
We're getting a neon sign. It says Tim Drake best Robin. That's gonna be
I
our.
like Dick Grayson, but that's just me.
Dick Grayson's like the end all be all Robin.
I think. Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
He's the jack of all trades.
The only human that can out, Detective Batman's probably Tim Drake,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jason Todd
He's
is
actually
fine
came out
as
and
Red
said
Hood.
it.
Ra's al Ghul is only referred to one other person as the detective, and that's
Tim Drake.
Tim Drake.
Yeah.
And that's coming from Talia al Ghul, the Ra's al Ghul,
Yeah.
the end all be all of like the two lifelong
If someone
immortals.
can find you that isn't Batman or Tim Drake, it is Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, but I think that's just because he has ears and eyes everywhere. That's not because he's talented in detective work.
Batman has ears and eyes
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
kind of what Batman does too.
All of
Except
his
they're
are
all
just
controlled
electronic.
by one guy. Yeah,
All of his
Yeah.
are just
So,
electronic.
arguably a different kind of feat.
Have you seen
but
like the
better.
Dark Knight? The Dark Knight movie. He gets like bat sonar,
Yeah, from all the cell
like
phones.
all the cell phones and all the TVs and everything. Yeah.
which I think is
Yeah, but
awesome.
that's still him.
And everyone was
right?
like, "That's a breach of privacy," and Batman's just like, "I don't care. I'm going to use it to fight the Joker."
The Joker.
Yes,
The
you do.
Joker.
I'm going to use the cell phone technology.
Does the
to
Joker
spy in the
know
city.
he's in a comic book, and that's why he knows?
Sometimes,
there's
yeah.
no
Joker's
consequences.
Deadpooling it.
There's some occasions that is the case. And how far do they know that the comic goes? How far is it really? Do they think they're talking to God? Do they think they're
God.
talking to the actual reader? What do they consider the reader? If it's an uncanny fourth wall break, what is the line?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the line truly drawn?
Whose line is
Who
it
are they
anyway?
talking to? Who do they think they're talking?
Dude,
to?
whose
Right.
whose line is it anyway? Is ending this year?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know.
Did I just slam into your foot, or was that a chair?
I'm so sad.
I apologize.
That show is amazing.
How many years has that been on?
It's like been like 20 something years. Yeah.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore.
Oh, it is anymore.
Take it away. Put it back.
Kind of
Well,
off the
you gotta
topic.
do that.
A new Overwatch tank was announced.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name already.
It's like it starts with an R, but
And
all
he
I know
was-
is that he could transform.
He was teased almost like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but he could transform. It's wild. I've been thinking. I wasn't here for a week. I didn't get to play Overwatch for a week. I came home and played it for 3 hours straight with Ian.
Shout out Ian!
Yeah. And he goes, "Really?" Because he was super mad about us putting Hammond and Hanzo at low tiers last week.
Quit being a diff.
Maybe they should like update them and be better. And maybe Hanzo shouldn't be Dirty Hanzo.
I saw an article that it was like, oh, if Activision Blizzard is so worried about toxicity, they should brand the word diff. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, no, you need to have a
It's-
little bit of toxicity to a certain degree. That's just how humans are.
That's just
Ian is a toxic player. He so he can always call when he gets play of the game because it's usually obvious. But he'll like spray the ground, teabag the spray, and then go on with what he's doing. So at the play of the game, he's like he killed like 3 people, get like a triple kill, then he'll go down, spray, teabag, and then.
Man, getting play of the game is such bullcrap sometimes because it's like I'll team wipe and then somebody's just like sitting in the corner like as Zenyatta just
And
going
then-
in
Bro, I got
circles. And it's like
2
what?
I've been practicing as Winston recently, just trying to get better with him. And I got 2 play of the games as Winston today. I was pretty proud of
Nice.
myself. Anyway, Winston, does he make sense? He's technically a superhero? What bothers you about Winston?
I don't know. I don't know enough about
He
Winston.
doesn't
but I
like
know Gorilla
bananas.
All I
Grodd.
know is that he has the same eye prescription as the human that raised him.
That's just luck. That has its own problems, but that would also need different glasses.
Well, he was a young gorilla.
But he's
so.
he
is
got new
the
glasses, I'm
dude
sure.
who raised him just pimp chimping?
no,
Yes.
it was Dr. Winston was the doctor's name that raised him.
so. What's Winston's first name then?
Winston, that's his name. It's his.
So it's
he's,
like Frankenstein's
specimen
monster.
26, 24, 26.
But why wouldn't he choose a first name and just be like that dude's son? Like have that be his last
I think
name?
Winston is just his name.
Ayo, Winston.
He's like Adele or Sia.
I want him to be like Charles Winston.
He's not a monkey. He's a scientist.
That's what I'm saying. He deserves
not
a
a
full
monkey.
name. I want Winston's first name.
Winston. It's like Mario.
Winston. I'll take it.
Luigi
accept it.
Mario.
Luigi
That was
Mario,
so dumb.
Mario.
That was so dumb.
They shouldn't be called the Mario Brothers then.
That's true.
Mario Brothers implies that their last name is Mario.
That's
So
true.
Mario. Like Gorilla, Gorilla. Gorilla, Gorilla, Gorilla.
Got a gorilla for sale. Got a gorilla for sale.
Quagga,
Wait.
Quagga.
Mario Bro. Yeah. Mario. So it's Luigi Mario.
Yes.
Bro, you're blowing my mind.
Did you not watch Game Theory or the original
No.
Mario movie?
No.
Don't watch the original Mario
Don't want.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
It makes it.
just Winston.
I want Winston to have a first name. Winston was raised like a
Banana
human. He deserves-
Winston.
Banana Winston.
That's why he hates bananas because he hates his
That'd
first
be
name.
hilarious.
Banana.
But his name is Banana.
Well, there's a skin called Banana, and it's just a yellow Winston. He still like has the black hair and fur, but
Yeah, like his armor.
his armor's instead of white,
That's
it's yellow.
I had a thought about a superhero villain, and I don't remember. Excuse me. There was something Marvel I had besides, Wolverine, Spider-Man. The concept of X-Men in general is
Why does
like,
Gambit use playing cards when he could use anything?
he could, yeah.
He could throw ball bearings.
He literally like summarizes it as basically like, oh, I'm out of cards, and then he'll pick up something. But
Also,
it's just like,
how does sunglasses stop Cyclops' eyes?
Well, they're made
rubies.
it
it has to be
crystal,
ruby lenses.
Yeah.
So does he just burn his own eyes out?
Good
Because of the
question. When he
reflection?
closes his eyes,
Because he can close his eyelids stop it.
it's some. Yeah, I don't understand. It would also imply that his skin should be much stronger than what's ever shown.
Well, he is like pretty strong.
He's pretty strong.
Yeah,
but
but
that's not
like-
like his ability. Like I'm talking like impervious skin.
Right.
Like that stuff can cut.
I
through
think
most
it's just
things.
his eyelids though.
But why?
Because his
If
eyes
he can't control
where
it
do-
without.
where does
I think
something.
there's just a giant callus on the inside of his eyelid.
Where does it end?
Because don't his eyes just generate they're like a portal into another dimension, and that's what the lasers are?
Oh yeah, it's concussive.
Oh my god, I forgot.
It's not
God, I hate X-Men sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
That's
oh, yeah,
that's
X-Men
the
are awesome, and
dumbest
then there's
thing.
just something out there.
It's
It's just like,
concussive.
God.
but it will
the
tear
be-
through buildings.
The
though.
beams are concussed. Well, it'll tear through it, but it's not melt. It doesn't melt it. It just breaks it
True.
because of the force.
It'll like crumble. Yeah, crumble buildings.
but it produces light, which makes you think that it's a laser,
But it's from another dimension.
but it's from another dimension. But how do you mutate to have a portal to another dimension in your eyes?
Well, what was his brother's deal?
Havoc,
Yeah.
similar powers, but it comes from basically like hula hooping aggressively at people.
Or if it's channeled
Yeah, but where's his portal at? Is it in his soul?
in his sternum.
Well, because there's that also that it's instead of hula hooping, and there's the where it just like forms around him and beams.
Right. I think it just he summons it.
So basically, Havoc's better.
Yeah, no, Havoc is a-
Havoc's better
Havoc is better.
powers, but Cyclops is better at everything else. Better
Every-
design, better writing.
Much better design. Oh my God, Havoc looks stupid sometimes. Anyone out there that's a fan of Havoc, I apologize, but he
I
has
like
a stupid
Havoc in the
design.
movie.
Yeah, no, there's not a problem with that.
Havoc in the movie's good. I like-
Also, we're,
He doesn't wear the dumb suit.
yeah.
Not the same dumb suit.
I mean, he wears the channel thing.
Right, that's the part that's fine. There's a certain point in the comics where it's just like, this just looks weird to me. There's like the bar, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
How did in that movie? How did Darwin die when he's not supposed to die?
dude,
Plot relevance, I get.
Dar-
there is
Darwin
no answer.
was wasted.
Darwin was like is an awesome character, dude.
I
And
know.
they murdered him,
and they
and
were
they-
just like, eat this glowing strawberry,
and he dies.
It's bullshit.
and then it turns into rock.
Darwin
Is
should have adapted.
Is it just because his body couldn't adapt or didn't know
It
how to
doesn't
adapt
make
to
sense.
that?
It doesn't make sense.
Because I thought his
Because
body just did it.
Darwin adapts
body just
to
does.
survive.
It just lives.
A man who's supposed to be able to survive anything.
Exactly. And he didn't.
And he
it
died.
Pisses me off.
And that actor, I liked that actor as Darwin too.
I know.
I think it would have been much better if
so
he just like
good.
noped out of there.
Right.
It's like, I may be able to adapt, but that doesn't mean I have to do this.
right.
Because that's literally the best mutant power to have.
Yeah.
Adapt.
Adapt.
That's it. Well,
You can
relatively.
survive anything.
Nuclear bomb? Peace out. He's good.
I wonder if he like.
Actually, no. If he gets hit face on with a bomb, can you adapt that fast? How fast is his adaption? Now
Well,
we're on it. If I throw a
I mean,
nuclear
he
bomb
like
at
didn't.
him,
What's his name? Throw something at him, and he like it was almost like he like turned like.
but hear me
metal
out.
or
The
something?
power of light, literally light, in nuclear radiation is that fast.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. The bomb wouldn't just appear in front of you.
Right, it wouldn't, but you're still there's a difference between adapting to something hitting you and the literal just
And the concussive force of that hitting you.
yeah, the concussive force and then the blast, the radiation
Yeah.
and the light energy.
I don't know. That's
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I want a writer to answer.
I want Bryan Singer to go to jail for how they treated Darwin, because he was.
There's a lot of things Bryan Singer can go to jail for.
Oh,
for
yeah.
how they treated characters.
Oh yeah,
He's up there.
how he treated people.
That too.
Yeah, we treated the actual people.
And then the fact that Emma Frost was only in one movie and they got
She was
No,
in
she was in
Origins,
two. She was in Origins
X-Men.
as
She was in X-Men Origins?
as Wolverine's lady's sister.
because she was a part.
Uh-huh.
She was young though. She was like a teenager.
that makes even less sense.
She wasn't like a curvy adult
They
woman.
from
the
the 60s.
that's why they retconned Origins. They just
That's not the only reason.
That's the minimum of reasons.
That's like the least important reason.
Deadpool.
That's
Yeah.
actually the biggest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because they were like, we can't make enough money off of this.
I love when in Deadpool 2 when he just goes back in time and shoots himself in the head,
He's like,
which
"It's
wouldn't
fine."
kill Deadpool. Which
It wouldn't, but
it would kill that thing. That
Well,
abomination. I guess.
adamantium bullets.
You
It
think
still
he just
wouldn't kill
loaded
him.
that and no, because it wouldn't even. It didn't even kill Logan.
adamantium bullet to the head didn't kill Wolverine.
That's true.
But he didn't have an adamantium skeleton, did he? He just had the swords put in his arm.
That was directly after he had him put in. Excuse me. But yeah,
Got
no, he
some
gets
gas,
shot in the head.
Wyatt?
It destroyed part of his memories. The brain reformed, so that's how he was able to live.
Because
The
you remember
memories were destroyed.
the Deadpool tease at the end of that movie, where his head's sitting in the rubble and he just goes and shushes the audience.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Doesn't mean I want to.
I can't believe he had. Oh my god, that was such an abomination.
X-Men. You just reminded me of something. Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He's not a mutant.
Nope.
He is an icon, an avatar of, I don't remember the name of the god, but it's basically his power is kinetic energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the helmet protects him from psionic attacks and other kinds of, mental
Yeah.
Just
whatever.
basically his brother. That's the big one.
Anything that's mental can't really get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have the question of, what can't he do? It's kinetic energy. He is limitless. Granted, his whole idea is that he'll run and you can't stop him. He's gonna hit you. He's the Juggernaut, bitch. All that kind of stuff. Because there's that movie.
That'd be a fun D&D character.
The Juggernaut, just like being able to.
Yeah.
What can't he do? Could the Juggernaut catch up to Flash based upon his limitless potential for kinetic energy until he hits something?
Because he would keep building it, right?
So the question is how fast can the Juggernaut go until he hits
flat
something?
liminal plane. Yeah.
But would he be able to keep up, or would he get to the point that Matt Pat made on Film Theory, where he's like, "All right, let's end the Flash versus Superman race by applying science. Let's say the Flash actually has the Speed Force. Let's say we can account for that existing. The amount of speed that you'd be going through would hit the atoms so hard that it would be splitting them as you run at them, and smashing and creating miniature explosions until it just cascades into an actual full-on horrible
So
nuclear disaster."
You'd
Like a bunch of hydrogen
would
bombs
be
going off on
fission.
your chest.
you'd be causing fission with oxygen. Oh.
Yes.
And the hydrogen in there. Oh.
So hypothetically,
We can end the
it would
Superman
set
versus Flash race right now. Flash is gonna win.
right. No, that's
He's-
the thing. He is speed.
He's like he's literally.
Superman's
boom, boom.
fast,
But Superman hasn't he tapped into the Speed Force before?
kinda.
Just because he's just that fast,
They were giving plot armor to the whole argument of who's faster because Superman's supposed to be limitless.
right?
They just do whatever with Superman.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that as a Golden Age character that had those kind of powers that they've continued to write for him. So
Mhm.
go off, Superman. You keep being limitless.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
Limitless. It's another Office reference.
I believe you.
After last week, or
after
the week before.
Lionel Frankenstein, I'm
Yeah.
done. I don't know what to believe
Alright,
anymore.
That
You whipped that out of nowhere. That's in the Office. I know it is. And it's What?
And then I proved it to you.
And yeah, that was. I'm not gonna get over that. I hope that's on recording. That was good timing.
I'm not gonna go over that. What were we talking about?
Juggernaut, limitless potential,
Oh,
hydrogen
dude,
bomb
so-
going off on your chest.
Juggernaut.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
I'm gonna look up what the god is for Juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. He was supposed to make a slight appearance in the background in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and is the
Well,
the helmet's made of stone? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think
Because
so. Or like-
Magneto can't do
yeah.
anything.
God.
And is his skin also impervious, or can he just be shot?
And who would win if like they charge at each other, Juggernaut or Rhino?
That's a bigger question. Honestly, I'd say the Juggernaut just because
Yeah,
of the
just-
potential kinetic forces, and it depends on the version of Rhino, because you have like the metal suit versions, and then genetically enhanced with a Rhino suit thing. Rhino.
Right. Well, because there's
And also,
my
how
favorite
are they keeping the
version-
Juggernaut in captivity?
because he can't build enough kinetic energy to break through, right? Like that's the thing.
Wait.
In Deadpool 2.
Unless could he just
'Cause he's
line
not
his
a mutant.
arm up and build kinetic energy just in his arm
Yeah,
instead of
but-
over his-
Hypothetically, but he's also not a mutant, and they have a mutant collar on him.
Maybe they think he's a mutant.
Most people do. Actually, they're probably going off of the in-film reasoning that they used in X-Men
Sidetrack?
3.
Is that it? Sidetrack?
Yeah. Cyttorak. There's too many.
Cyttorak?
Syttorak.
Cacodemon?
Yes.
Yes.
Cac.
Cac.
But like
Juggernaut is potentially just based
Yeah.
on kinetic energy,
Yeah,
could
yeah.
do most things in terms of destructive force.
but he's got to be able to build it.
Right.
And if he can't, like he's
So the question is what happens, let's say, does that transfer to something that he's using as a weapon? Or does it only include his body? Because if it includes something like a weapon, then that means he is unstoppable if he has like an old-timey slingshot where you have to like wave
Or
it
even
around.
just his hand.
Yeah. What does it go to if he waves his arm like that?
Unless he's pinned somewhere. And even then, they'd have to pin like every
Just, like,
single moving part
headbutting
of
the
his
ground.
goddamn body.
But would that also even generate the right enough
Because technically,
energy
if
to do what he needs to
he
do?
could kinetic energy with his tongue or something or his eyes.
Well, the thing though is that it applies to the specific region of what he is doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like kinetic.
Kinetic energy.
Yeah, genetic energy.
Genetic energy.
His tongue isn't going to transfer to his legs.
But could he just like shake back and forth enough? Like
Yeah,
phase
can
through
he,
things?
Can he vibrate?
Can he like the Flash can?
Or no,
I
it
mean,
would
his
fall
a-
through the
his-
idea
his
of him.
atoms are
as soon
vibrating
as he-
all the time.
As soon as he makes contact with something, he can't keep the kinetic energy. It gets exerted, so he wouldn't pass through it. He would destroy it.
Didn't the Hulk stop him though?
Yes,
Yeah,
but the Hulk is also the Hulk.
right.
in
Yeah.
plot relevance.
Bro, what if Hulk got those powers?
He'd be unstoppable
Oh yeah.
because it already increases your strength, and you can't increase something that's infinite.
Right. Well, and so, but they put like collars on Hulk though sometimes to
And things
prevent
have
him
worked.
prevent him from transferring.
Right.
So like, maybe it's just a cutoff for all.
Right, but the powers are also kind of there's.
And maybe they're doing something different in that movie.
That's what I'm
Who
saying.
says
I
they're
think
doing
it
some of
follows the
God's.
idea of like X-Men 3, where he is
Yeah.
a mutant,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because it takes way too much time to explain that it comes from a god. He was doing this,
Right.
and his stepbrother is Professor
Also,
X.
Professor X.
Also,
But they did talk about that in that movie.
They did.
also, if we're working with, well, I guess post Days of Future Past, they're working with that continuity rather than old continuity with X3. Why are there two archangels?
What do you mean two archangels?
Wait,
One,
yeah,
one in Apocalypse, one in X3.
you're
Well,
right.
he's just Angel in X3.
no. Same character.
Same person.
One of them is a child during like the early 2000s,
One
late
of them
90s,
is an
and
80.
another is a like almost a grown man
Maybe it's
by the late 80s.
it's a different person.
And it might just be the continuity.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's
you're
just a
not
continuity.
telling me that every mutant has a different mutation.
Well, no. The thing is that it's the same character.
Yeah,
True.
it's the same guy.
It's supposed to be the
Right.
same guy.
But isn't that different? Like they like kind of just did their own thing after a minute in that universe.
Days of Futures Past was a hard reset.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down to.
Right.
Because that's when they were like, okay, let's do this the way that we think would work. That's why they also set it in the 80s, 70s, 60s,
Because then
70s,
they fought
80s, 90s.
Those weird tree people who wanted the Phoenix Force.
I still don't know what that was. I watched that movie once, and I still don't
Beats me.
know. And I still haven't watched New Mutants since it's been added to Disney Plus.
I still need to watch the Star Wars show.
Which one?
The one where
Andor or Tales of the Jedi?
Tales of the Jedi.
Me too.
Oh, I realized. Have you guys seen Black Adam yet?
No.
No.
I watched Black Adam. Maybe I could upload a TikTok talking about it. I've got an advanced screening of it the Wednesday before it was officially supposed to go out.
Meh.
The action scenes are fun.
I mean, I know what happens in the post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's the part that really, like, as my dad said, it's like, we sat there 2 hours for that? By now, I'm sure everyone else knows too, but just in case, we won't say it. But it's like
well,
the
and then
biggest thing that
Wakanda
they
Forever is
could have
coming
done.
out.
Yeah,
And we gotta go.
That comes out
We're gonna go see
this Friday, I believe.
We better go get tickets. Then.
I'm thinking, yeah, we could maybe get tickets for Sunday. I don't know how Connor's schedule is. No, that Monday. We could go that Monday.
Yeah.
We could get tickets for that Monday and record after. Call it good.
I'm good
Bet.
with that.
But
Because we're gonna see Namor.
Wakanda on a Monday.
and we won't have a little kid screaming.
Yeah.
at
maybe.
this-
You
So
never
do you
know.
think
not going to
Namor?
Invasion.
Well, yeah, no, but I don't want to do
What
that
do you
again.
think
especially
Namor?
if we're
So
going
is
tonight.
Namor? That's like something I like to think about. Is Namor? Because Namor's a mutant, but he's also an Atlantean.
Yes.
So is he just a mutated Atlantean?
The human DNA is mutated, or at least that's what they try to
Because
portray.
he's half human as well.
Right,
Okay.
like,
I mean,
Like Aquaman.
aren't humans
you know,
Atlanteans?
Aquaman is half human, like Namor.
yeah, thank you so much, Dwight.
Don't call me that.
Next year, Halloween, Dwight Schrute.
Have that episode, we all dress up like Dwight Schrute.
Oh, God, no.
False.
You're perfect for it. You're tall.
What were we going to say? You had a thought. Namor. Oh, there's other characters that are quote-unquote X-Men related that I've always thought were mutants, but I can't validate that they're mutants because I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Like
but
who?
they also take place in space, like Shatterstar.
Oh, okay.
Shatterstar.
I don't remember.
Who's that
other
one guy that
characters.
Idris Elba played in Days of Future Past? He had the gun.
Oh,
dude.
God bless America. He's a mutant. His ability is being able to detect mutants, I think.
God damn it.
Why didn't you?
I
can't
thought it was able to
remember his name.
transfer energy into something.
That's
yeah.
wait.
And that's
yeah,
why-
that's what it is.
And that's why his gun is like shooting like.
Yeah, I can't
Crazy
remember
red.
his name. He was awesome character. God
If
damn
you
it,
didn't
Gary.
say anything, I would have been able to remember his name
Damn it, Gary.
because he's really cool.
He's dope. I love this man. God damn it, Gary.
Bless America. No, I almost said Cable. It's not Cable.
It's not Cable. He looks like Cable, but he's not Cable.
God. Bishop.
Yeah.
Thank you. God.
And on that note, we're out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Please make sure to go, Spotify listeners, if you want to see, come follow us on YouTube because we have video over there now because that's dope. Yeah. Wyatt, what's the secret word?
The secret word of the day is going to be powers.
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 All right, bet. Go down to the comment section below. Spotify listeners, come over to YouTube and go down and comment that and say you're from Spotify. And Wyatt will give you a gold star.
Give you sticker. It'll say your did it.
And butthole.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for
Your
watching
butthole did it.
or listening. And we'll
Did
see
your
you
butthole.
next time.
Bye-bye.